Look at that, folks. Isn't it amazing? Uniroyal Tiger Paws. Touring gas. Car calls for a U speed rating. That doesn't exist anymore. Next step up is a H speed rating. But those all, I mean, I don't know if there's any real difference anymore. But those all seem to list SUVs as the vehicles they're designed for. V speed rated put me up into sedans and such, which I like that. Now, excellent tread pattern on these. I do like that they shed water good. I have had direct experience and can say that wet weather traction is nice. These are good tires, and I've got stories from back in the bad old days about, yes, they're a cheaper tire, but they're a name brand tire. Regardless, I've done some crazy shit on old bad Uniroyal Tiger Paws where they should have come apart and I did not. I know that doesn't mean anything anymore either, but you know, we learn and we live. Here they are, folks, and I'm excited to put them on that Trofeo. I got just a little bit of suspension stuff to clean up so it's ready to take in there and be aligned when I drive it in. It is a beautiful day under the shade tree for another exciting adventure. And up on the chopping block today is the Trofeo. Started the day off right by extracting the remaining 3 lock nuts off the wheels. Thankfully, the wheel design gives me plenty of access to do that, so it wasn't nearly as complicated as it could be. On the docket today, look what I got. New old stock. I've had them for a while now. One of them looks a little funky, we'll find out, but they don't look nearly as dead as on it. We got ourselves Gabriel Guardian air shocks or air struts for this vehicle. So I don't even know if you can get a pair of that anymore at all. That might have been the last ones on earth kind of deal. At least from a regular manufacturer, not fly-by-night internet companies. What's in there now is a suspension with a whole lot going on here. So, Dynorite air shock does not mount to the body. Has some mounts up top here, and I do not have new mounts, but that'll be better anyway. Airline goes in here, disconnects. We've got a ride height sensor here. We have an anti-sway bar attached here. And as you can see, there's that fiberglass Corvette style rear end leaf spring underneath this. So in order to do this, I'm going to have to release pressure from the sway bar, which probably means jacking the other side of the car. I'm going to review my procedure real quick. Also, I've been unable to find listed sway bar bushings for this, but I've got a set for a Toyota. It looks like I could throw it right in that hole. We'll find out. But yeah, my new old stock ones are not that pretty, but they don't look like that. They'll be less dead than these. I'm excited. We're on the way to getting this ready to install those new tires. Now this has turned into a stupid rough time that it should not. Yay, we got ourselves a big 24mm bolt that holds the top of this strut in, and it's supposed to be a Torx top, and that is stripped all to fucking hell. I have put a hole in the bottom of my car so that I can actually run something down into that because I'm having serious clearance problems trying to get anything in there. I can put a piece of seam sealer on that, don't be too mad. I hate it, but this is what has to be done. So I should be able to run through the top of that. I'm gonna go get an easy out of that size and try running that in the top and threading that in. Got to do something. Fucking sucks. That being said, I think we have a path forward now. I'm going to put away my toys and go check out a few things real quick. This took longer than it was supposed to. Anyway, I think I have a path forward. Beyond that, I just have to saw that fucking strut in half. Really don't want to do that. We'll see what happens. All right, folks, a little update for you. That was a good example of how to make a whole day out of quick work. Fucking thing. Lord have mercy. No, it would not come out of there. No, it would not. I had to go buy me a cutoff wheel and split that freaking nut. And the other part of the nut is around here somewhere. I can show you that. But I mean, I've had a fun time. But it's down. I'm going to call that a night, folks. That's about enough beating on shit for me for right now. But now I'm at a point where I can say, oh, okay, I accomplished it. So, yay! Old piece of shit strut out sitting on the ground. There's that half of a nut. I had to cut that in half with the damn roll lock, and to do that, I had to cut through the top of the shaft. Whew, good thing them new ones come with new nuts. I scraped up my top of my mount a little bit, but I don't think I really hurt it any. It's a big washer. And this bushing looks like total poop on a shingle, but I don't have them in my hand. So we'll install the new ones with that. 1633987 is my bushing number. But it'll be serviceable after this, folks. I'll be able to just come back and take it apart and put it back together nicely, you know, the way it's supposed to go. And those look like they will work. Okay, time to put up the air hose, time to put up all this shit, time to go in the house. I am wore out already, but that's a strut liberated. Let's go have a look at the hole. So as y'all know, I had to split that nut last night. That was freaking crazy. And then that bad boy had been married in that slot for 30 plus years. So that took all the beating on to get it out of there. That being said, it's out. Now I can clean it up and we can get it put together. I'm excited. Get all this nasty shit off of here. Install this nice pretty strut. Put this corner on the ground. I got the other side soaking in way more PB Blaster. I am very hopeful that I don't have to go through the same kind of extreme shit to get it out. Now, we talked about my sway bar link bushings looking all right. Them do. These are shit. Down here where they meet the knuckle, that's not good. That's not good. But I don't know where we go about getting that right now. It'll work for today. If I have to, I'll make a solid bushing for that if I have to. At a later time. At a later time is the answer. Let's put this together. Whoop, there it is. Willie Jenkins, 10 of 23, marked up, installed. I have not put the sway bar bolt back in it. I'm gonna have to release some tension somewhere else when it wants to push against it, but we'll get that in there. It's all lined up proper. Looking beautiful, put together. That one certainly was an ordeal. Certainly was. But look, folks, that's gonna ride so much better. I'm gonna go regroup. All right, folks, I'm proud to say I learned something from yesterday's pain. So, step one, I was on the right track yesterday, but it was already too late. It was already ruined. So what I've done is drilled a hole through the bottom of the car again. So I have access with a way better Torx, just a little bit oversized, and sledgehammered that son of a bitch in there. Now, this is all just a big seam sealer area anyway. I mean, a drill punched through that like zip. So a piece of seam sealer right back on the underside and the upper. A little bit of paint around the hole. It ain't going to cause any problems. I'm going to make damn sure. But result of that learning experience is, look, didn't have to cut this one in half. And we're already part of the way out. So I've learned a bit about how to deal with the bottom part of the pinch bolt knuckle as well. So with a little bit of luck, this one won't be quite the ordeal, and I'll have this in, I'm not going to say quickly, I'll have this in before I pass out. It's out. There's two of them bad boys removed, and it sure did go a lot faster this time. That was a whole lot easier now that I had, well, frankly, a better idea of what I was doing and what I was going to be fighting against and what might go wrong. Hell, you know the answers already, but hubris, my friends. Not getting the better of me today so far. So, that's out. Two dead old shocks laying on the ground. No indication that them are anything but factory from 30 years ago. I mean, woof. There ain't nothing left. You can just open them and close them. The new ones, they're a lot harder to move around. Like I guess they should be. So, I'm going to have to figure out how to get the sway bar to go back home. That might be happy fun time. I might have to undo the brackets from the car, attach it to the knuckle, and then put the brackets back. That might be my easier thing to push against. We'll see. Of course, I got to put the brakes all the way back together and several things. There's many steps left. However, first one's going to be some cleanup of the nasty for whatever I can do. Knock all these cobwebs and Crypt Keeper dust off. But job's going well, and I'll have this sitting on the ground to see what the butt looks like at some point. Favorite part of every job is when I pass the point of craziness and get back to regular day business. So that's where we are now. I need to put these brakes back on this car, and I need to get my sway bar bolts in. That's not particularly hard compared to everything else that just went down. They're in. I'm excited for them. I hope they feel good. I know they will feel better than what they did have. There's that much more resistance in the bastards just to begin with. So we're going to get it together. We're going to get the ass of this set on the ground. But I'm going to go in and take a little break first. The path for every repair starts with a single bolt. So, it's together. It's all tight. It's all right. Everything seems good. We did have a casualty. There really aren't sway bar eyelet bushings on this car anymore. They totally rotted and fell off what was left of them. So that sucks. Might make a little bit of noise. I will come up with a solution. It's not that incredibly hard to access. In fact, it might be way easier to deal with the car sitting on the ground if I can get my ass up underneath there at least. So wheel stands might be the answer to better access that and not have so much pressure on that sway bar. Because folks, that son of a bitch, yeah, it's pretty mean. Everything is together here. Yeah, so we're going to put the wheels on it, set it on the ground, listen to the sound of that air pump up them struts, and it should feel like a totally different car. Yeah, the ones that come off of it were certainly defeated. I'm almost defeated, but almost defeated don't make it. That car is defeated. Let's put the wheels on. All that together, and not a whole lot of bad noise or anything, but my trim height seems to be all off. These are definitely stiffer than what was on there. I don't think... Okay, so I hear the air compressor cut on, but I don't think it's put any air at all in the dampeners on these. So I may have to go through and diagnose that system a little better. The good news is the pump works, okay? So may have to do something else. So right now, at the moment, super springy is how I would describe that. We'll find out. Some of that could be due to alignment. It could be that I ain't got no damn air in my dampers and that's doing it, but I don't understand why it would sit this high otherwise. What the hell? It may settle down overnight and look a lot better to me. And it has settled down since I drove it around a little bit. Them shocks, who knows how long they sat in the box. I don't think anything's particularly wrong here. I think we just need to adjust some shit. I'm going to try to clean up this front wheel alignment a little bit better. I mean, not correct, but better. Let's see what I can do. She is out in the wild again. We still have some ride quality issues for sure. Them new struts are stiff as a board. I'm bouncy. I don't exactly know why. Maybe they're frozen and dead. That is a possibility. Other possibilities is I've cleaned up the ass dampening and now I'm just feeling the front, which is springs only. Hard to say what's going on, but you know what? I was able to clean up my alignment enough to feel not like the Joker driving up here. Still leaves a little bit of desired, but I understand how that works real well now. And we were able to cruise it up here, so time for some McDonald's. Nuggets time to go home and get cleaned up. We'll call it a win. Need to chill my thoughts about them struts. A little after checking proves that my compressor does put air in them like it's supposed to, and they hold it and it lets it out if I pop the hoses loose. Ride quality is much stiffer on the rear, but what do I expect from a gas charged strut? I think the biggest difference I'm feeling is the butt was sitting on the ground before and now it has some height, and I think the front has no dampening at all, so making her a little bit not what she should be. However, things are calming down. She's been like 6 miles since then. But we're out in the wild again. Took her up to pay her own insurance. State Farm. So, happy day. Well, imagine that, folks. The jury verdict just came in, and yeah, them struts are excellent. They're going to be just fine. It took some driving it around. We put about 6 miles on it and actually gave it a wide open throttle between 30 and 60, and it seemed to know what I meant about that. Rear end sitting a lot lower on this side like it should. This side still may be sitting up a tiny bit, but it's improving as I drive, and the ride quality was immensely better. Somewhere between the grocery store where I got my pizza and here, things have begun to improve. So All right, just need to chill my guns on that. Just old stuff in the box. Needs a minute to break in. Hallelujah.